Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Recha Kodesh. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to the elect. And today we're going to go into the book of Numbers, the 3rd chapter. These also are the generations of Aaron and Moses in the day that the Lord Yahweh spake with Moses in Mount Sinai. And these are the names of the sons of Aaron: Nadab, the firstborn, and Abihu, Eleazar, and Ithamar. These are the names of the sons of Aaron, the priests which were anointed, whom he consecrated, right, sanctified, made holy, to minister in the priest's office. And Nadab and Abihu died before the Lord Yahweh, when they offered strange fire before the Lord in the wilderness of Sinai. And they had no children. And Eleazar and Ithamar ministered in the priest's office in the sight of Aaron their father. So by the oversight of Aaron, right, they served with him in the priest's office. And the Lord Yahweh spake unto Moses, saying, Bring the tribe of Levi near, and present them before Aaron the priest, that they may minister unto him. And that is, they would serve him, right, in the sense that whatever charge or duty he would give them, that's what they would do. And they shall keep his charge. So whatever a charge is like an order or instructions, right, or duties or anything of that sort. And the charge of the whole congregation before the tabernacle of the congregation to do the service of the tabernacle, right? So once again, when you look at this, like I think the NKJV words it pretty well as well here. And they shall attend to his needs and to the needs of the whole congregation before the tabernacle of meeting to do the work of the tabernacle. Because just Aaron and his sons alone wouldn't be enough to do this. And they shall keep all the instruments of the tabernacle of the congregation, that is, all the tools and so on, and the charge of the children of Israel to do the service of the tabernacle. And thou shalt give the Levites unto Aaron and to his sons. They are wholly given unto him out of the children of Israel. So the tribe of Levi were allotted or given unto Aaron and his sons to be, to serve under them, right? So that whole tribe was given to them, is what the Lord is saying here, since they were the ones consecrated to deal with the service of the Lord. The Levites would be the ones to assist them in that. And thou shalt appoint Aaron and his sons, and they shall wait on their priest's office. That is, when it says to wait, it means you serve. Like a waiter, when you go to a restaurant and you have a waiter's job is not, a part of it is to wait, but it's not to stand there all day, just not doing anything, right? They're servants. They wait on your order. They wait on your need. They wait on whatever it is you need, and they'll do it. So when it says here that they shall wait on the priest's office, it means that to serve, right, in the priest's office. And the stranger that cometh nigh shall be put to death. And when you go into the word wait here, right, just to drive the point home, shamar, it says here, wait, no, Salakia, is this, wait. Okay, so yeah, to keep, to preserve, to keep. There is another word here for wait as we keep on reading. That's the one I'm really interested in here. But long story short, shamar, as it says, to keep, to observe, right? So concerning the duties of the priest office, they would be the ones to guard it. Okay, that is making sure that they're following exactly what it is they were commanded to do, making sure that things are preserved and all of those things, right? That all culminates in the priest's office. Now, when it says the stranger that cometh nigh shall be put to death, here is really referring to anybody that is unauthorized, okay, to come near, to try and get, once again, past the boundaries of that which an authorized person would be, or like a regular Israelite or anybody would be allowed to. And that's why the Lord even put that the buffer, right? Even when the he set up the order of the encampments, he had the Levites are the closest to the tabernacle, and then the tribes are on the outside of it. And the Lord Yahweh spake unto Moses, saying, And I, behold, I have taken the Levites from among the children of Israel, instead of all the firstborn that openeth the matrix among the children of Israel. Therefore the Levites shall be mine. So when we went back in the book of Exodus, the Lord claimed, right, all of the firstborn males um, of the children of Israel, right, from man to beast. And so we had to redeem them. And now here the Lord is saying, I am taking the Levites in that stead. So a Levite would be, taken in the stead of your firstborn males. In that case, they are like the redemption, right? They are the ransom. Verse 13, because all the firstborn are mine. For on the day that I smote all the firstborn in the land of Egypt, I hallowed unto me all the firstborn in Israel. Both man and beast, mine shall they be. I am the Lord Yahweh. So he's saying, I can do this and make this exchange because the firstborn are mine anyway. And I am substituting or taking the Levites in that stead. So I'm going to count the Levites as the firstborns. Hence, they would be, mine in the stead of your firstborns. And the Lord spake unto Moses in the wilderness of Sinai, saying, Number the children of Levi after the house of their fathers, by their families, every male from a month old and upward shalt thou number them. So go get a head count of all the children of Levi, right? The Levites, each by their families and so on, and just get that sum and find out how many they are from a month old, every male. And Moses numbered them according to the word of the Lord Yahweh as he was commanded. And these were the sons of Levi by their names, Gershon and Kohath and Merari. And these are the names of the sons of Gershon by their families, Libni and Shimei. And the sons of Kohath by their families, Amram and Izahar, Hebron and Uziel. And the sons of Merari by their families, Mali and Mushi. These are the families of the Levites according to the house of their fathers. Of Gershon was the family of the Libnites, and the family of the Shimites. These are the families of the Gershonites. And that's basically those that descended from the man Libni and Shimei. Those that were numbered of them, according to the number of all the males, from a month old and upward, even those that were numbered of them were 7,500. So those of the family of the that descended from Gershon were a total of 7,500. The families of the Gershonites shall pitch behind the tabernacle westward. So that's why you see this when we look at the encampment, right? You had the tribes outside, and then you had the Levites. But how were they divided? Since they were all one tribe, they were divided by family. Okay. So you had the Gershonites on one side, and the chief of the house of the father of the Gershonites shall be Eliasaph, the son of Lael. And the charge of the sons of Gershon in the tabernacle of the congregation shall be the tabernacle. So the sons of Gershon, the Gershonites, the things of the concerning the tabernacle that they would be in charge of would be the tabernacle, and more specifically, right, the tent and the covering thereof, and the hanging for the door of the tabernacle of the congregation, and the hangings of the court, and the curtain for the door of the court, which is by the by the tabernacle, and by the altar round about, and the cords of it for all the service thereof. So basically, all the the things that would be used for coverings, right, and the curtains that were used for like the walls and so on and so forth, as we went through when we described the blueprints of the tabernacle, they would be in charge of that, the cords that keep the tent up and everything. So when it's time to move, they're the ones who handle that. When it's time to set it up, they're the ones who handle that. And of Kohath was the family of the Amramites, and the family of the Izharites, and the family of the Hebronites, and the family of the Uzzielites. These are the families of the Kohathites. In the number of all the males from a month old and upward were 8,600, keeping the charge of the sanctuary. The families of the sons of Kohath shall pitch on the side of the tabernacle southward. And the chief of the house of the father of the families of the Kohathites shall be Elizaphan, the son of Uzziel. So he would be the the representative, right? You could say the head um, of the family of the Kohathites. And their charge, so the things that their duties concerning the tabernacle shall be the ark and the table and the candlestick and the altars and the vessels of the sanctuary wherewith they minister, and the hanging and all the service thereof. So their inner parts, right? The ark, the table, those furniture and so on, they would be in charge of that, packing it up, setting it up, all of those things. And Eleazar, the son of Aaron, the priest, shall be chief over the chief of the Levites, and have the oversight of them that keep the charge of the sanctuary. So of the descendants of Kohath, whose duties would be concerning the sanctuary, they would report to Eleazar, the son of Aaron. Of Merari was the family of the Malites, and the family of the Mushites. These are the families of Merari. And those that were numbered of them, according to the number of all the males from a month old and upward, were 6,200. And the chief of the house of the father of the families of Merari was Zuriel, the son of Abihail. These shall pitch on the side of the tabernacle northward. And under the custody and charge of the sons of Merari shall be the boards of the tabernacle, and the bars thereof, and the pillars thereof, and the sockets thereof. And so if we look up here, tabernacle in the wilderness, just for a quick reference, you notice that, let's see, I suppose we can use this one. It's not too bad. It's not too bad. So you can see here, right? These pillars, they have the sockets under which they're standing on. Same for the pillars of the tabernacle itself, right? The sockets, the bars that would go through them, all of those things, the Merarites would be in charge of. Okay. It says here, and all the vessels thereof, and all that serve there too. So anything related to them. And the pillars of the court round about, and their sockets, and their pins, and their cords. And that's going into the things that help them stay up. You can see those right here, right? Cords. But those that encamp before the tabernacle, Salakia, but those that encamp before the tabernacle toward the east, even before the tabernacle of the congregation eastward, shall be Moses and Aaron and his sons. And that's why you see that this is such a small number here, right? Because you had the sons of Gershon and Merari and Kohath, and then on the other side you had Aaron, Moses, and his sons. Keeping the charge of the sanctuary for the charge of the children of Israel, and the stranger that cometh nigh shall be put to death. Right? Once again, anybody that is not authorized or consecrated to come near, right? Come near, either to touch or perform those ordinances or anything like that will be put to death. And so Aaron and Moses and his sons, they were the top, the overseers, right? Concerning anything of the tabernacle or of the service of the Lord. All that were numbered of the Levites which Moses and Aaron numbered at the commandment of the Lord Yahweh throughout their families, all the males from a month old and upward were 22,000. And the Lord said unto Moses, Number all the firstborn of the males of the children of Israel from a month old and upward, and take the number of their names. Right? So basically number them by name, right? Like who's how many, who's who, and so on and so forth. So remember, the Lord said he was going to take the Levites in the stead of every firstborn male. So you need to find out how many Levites there are, which we found out here there were 22,000. And now we're trying to find out how many firstborns are there. Okay. It says, now thou shalt take and thou shalt take the Levites for me. I am the Lord Yahweh, instead of all the firstborn among the children of Israel, and the cattle of the Levites instead of all the firstlings among the cattle of the children of Israel. And Moses numbered, as the Lord Yahweh commanded him, all the firstborn among the children of Israel. So the Lord is making that substitution here. Okay, I'm going to take the Levites and their cattle and all of that, so I don't have to take your firstborns. And all the firstborn males by the number of names, from a month old and upward, of those that were numbered of them, were 22,200 and threescore and 13. So that's 22,273. So there were 273 more Israelite male firstborns than there were Levites or Levite males. And the Lord Yahweh spake unto Moses, saying, take the Levites instead of all the firstborn among the children of Israel, and the cattle of the Levites instead of their cattle, and the Levites shall be mine. I am the Lord Yahweh. And for those that are to be redeemed of the 200 and 13 of the firstborn of the children of Israel. So those that are left over, which are more than the Levites, because you had that extra 273 more than the Levites. Those for them, verse 47, thou shalt even take 5 shekels apiece by the poll. After the shekel of the sanctuary shalt thou take them. The shekel is 20 gerahs. So for each one, their redemption amount, right, would be 5 shekels. So you get a head count and take 5 shekels per person. That was additional. And that's how they would be redeemed, since there weren't enough Levites to redeem them. And thou shalt give the money wherewith the odd number of them is to be redeemed, that is, that extra amount of them, unto Aaron and to his sons. And Moses took the redemption money of them that were over and above them that were redeemed by the Levites, right? So that 273 extra, he took that money off of them. Of the firstborn of the children of Israel took he the money, 1,300 and threescore, and 5 shekels after the shekel of the sanctuary. So that's how much it summed up to. And Moses gave the money of them that were redeemed unto Aaron and to his sons, according to the word of the Lord Yahweh, as the Lord commanded Moses. And that brings us to the end of the book of Numbers, the 3rd chapter. Lord willing, that was edifying to the elect. In closing, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Rachak Kodash. And until next time, Shalom.